Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mo and today I will be attempting the 24-hour readathon. I really value my sleep and I get really delirious when I don't get sleep and pretty irritable and cranky. I just don't think that's going to translate well on the camera. Like, I don't think a lot of us will be friends at the end of this video if I don't get any sleep. Also, it's my understanding that you can do this in chunks. Like, some people do 12 hours here, 12 hours there, or like they just start the timer whenever they're reading, which I will do the latter. So I do have 3 contenders in the flesh today. First, we have One Week in Paradise by Angie Starr. This is the first time I'm reading anything by this author. And then next, this is a book that I've been hearing raving reviews about. It is Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. And then the last physical book that I have is A 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I am attempting this challenge because I literally have nothing to do for the next couple of days but to rot in my bed. Okay, so as y'all can see, I'm only 13 minutes in and we've been introduced to our main character. This is in the point of view of Bailey, the main character. She is a natural hair influencer and something happened. She keeps referencing the video in all caps. So something bad happened. She had this life going that she was really happy. It had something to do with her ex. They broke up and it's like, I guess she was getting a lot of hate comments and her best friend was like, I told you to like, wait till like things die down and then have a statement and defend yourself. Like, I know you're not wrong. And then at the end of the chapter, I'm on chapter 3 now. She said, Amber knows almost everything there is to know about me, but she doesn't know this. I do have something to hide. She just got invited to this brand trip, which I never told y'all the premise of this book. All I know is that she has to go on like a couples retreat. She doesn't have to, but it's a brand trip. It's really good for her because she hasn't posted anything in like 3 months. And like, if you're into any kind of content creation, if you don't post for 3 months, a lot of people will like forget you, unsubscribe, all kinds of stuff like that, which is crazy because like everyone goes through life things. So like 3 months really is not that big of a deal. But when you're used to someone like pushing out so much content, you're just like, dang, I guess they're never coming back. It kind of reminds me of like a dog's mentality. Like, whenever like, I don't have a dog, but like, whenever you haven't seen a dog in so long, or like if you have a pet at home, and like you literally go about your day, go to work, you go to school, whatever you do, and they come back home and they're just like so excited to see you. It's like, people say that they think they're not gonna see you ever again, but like, how do you know what a dog is thinking? That's what I always want to know. And when people are like thinking about, like when people talk about cats and they're like, oh, they just think like you're a big cat. Cats do not think I'm a cat. I don't think so, because I'm not. I guess some cats aren't furry. My biggest rebuttal to that is that like I don't have any hair, but there are skinless cats. I don't even know what I was talking about. Anyways, she doesn't have a boyfriend. And then there's Cash, also his name is Caspian, which I've never had a character with that name, but he goes by Cash, and that's her brother's best friend. For some reason, he really does not like her. She doesn't have a problem with him. Her and her brother are 2 years apart, and for some reason he thinks that she's like just Dane is her brother, Dane's little annoying little sister. I need to know why he's upset, why he doesn't fuck with her. I would hate for it to be something like he's mad at her because she didn't see how much he felt for her or something, some bullshit like that. I hope he has a genuine reason for not liking her, because literally he comes in the house, he speaks to her mom, and he's like scowling at her and was like, Bailey, like, what's up with that? You've been best friends with her brother since y'all were in school, and she's 27 now, so it's like, but it does say on the front 7 days can change a lot, so I'm like, I don't know. I want to know how she gets propositions. I think it was her brother. Okay, let me just read the book. But I am on chapter 3 and I'm so excited. Like, this is reading very fast. Not fast, but it's reading very smoothly. It's not like a very fast pace right now, because like we're just getting like the groundwork of like what's going on, her career, like what she's got going on in life. And right now she's like pretty depressed. I don't know what happened in this video, because if she's getting hate comments and then her ex is involved, I just couldn't imagine what it was. And then her best friend said like, defend yourself. I don't know that she would be cheating because she seems devastated about it. So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I guess cheaters can be devastated about things too. I don't know how cheaters feel. I'm not in the mindset of a cheater. But what could she have done so bad? And then like she's hiding it from her best friend. Okay, y'all, we've got some answers. So I think Cash has a crush. And like, I think that's stupid. He's almost 30 years old. And if he likes a woman, he can tell her. The brother's like, oh, you should just take Cash. And like, he's laughing about it and he's smirking. And Cash is like, and he's considering it. He's like, oh, I might have some time actually, like whatever. And she's like, really? So then later she's talking to her brother and she's like, he literally does not like me. Like, why would you do this? And he was like, what? And like, he's laughing. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, nothing. So I'm like, I don't know if it's like a bro code thing, if that like Dane's like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you. I have a feeling that Cash is not letting on to his feelings. And like, can I judge? Not really. It's like, this is someone you've known for years. You can't tell them that. Like, they don't even have a friendship. Like, I understand if you have like a friendship and you're like, oh, I don't even know if I'm yelling or not. I have these things on. I have one pushback. Y'all can see that. Kind of. Anyway, what was I saying? This is not fun. I don't know what I was saying. Doesn't matter. Goodbye. So I have finished 1 Week in Paradise by Anise Star, and my overall rating is going to be 3.5 stars. If you don't want to be spoiled, I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds. Okay, now that they're gone, I was irritated because they've known each other for 18 years. Damn. Was that 10? Math is, wait, 18 years? Yeah, wait, 8? 28 minus 18 is 10, no? Why was that B minus? Okay. They've known each other since they were young. The whole time, he didn't even like address her or speak to her. He was just like scowling and acting irritated. And the whole time he was in love with her. And I can understand like when you're 10, if you want something short, and I say sweet, but like short and sweet, it's a little spice. Like, I'm not really good at rating spice because like I've read like pretty raunchy things. So I will say out of 5, I would give it 3.5 on the raunch, like maybe 4. 3.5. Because there's like one scene that's like the big sex scene, and then there's like another scene that's like pre-sex, child, I don't know what you call that. This is something sweet and cute. I don't know if I would finish the rest of the series. I really don't care. Oh, okay, pause that, bringing that back around. So back to the spoiler part. The whole time, the scandal was that there was a video posted that the guy that she was with for 2 years had a long-term relationship with another girl, and they were having dinner, and the girl showed up and like threw wine on the girl and yelled at her, and he didn't stick up for her. And there was a video, the girl was recording, and she was just like, get lost, get lost. Like the main girl, Bailey, was like, get lost, like what are you talking about, like weirdo, like this is my man. I guess she tried to go back to Ethan and was like trying to beg him to be back together with her because she wanted him to pick her, and he didn't pick her. And he never like said online like this is not what it is. Like he never owned up to his own things. So like she just like shut off the, like she just stayed off the grid and got off the internet. So because she didn't like defend herself, people were like, she must have known like he had a woman on the side. When you see a video like this, why is your immediate thought to judge the other woman? If there's 2 women, like there's 2 women and 1 guy, like why are you not asking the questions, you know? Yeah, this was short and sweet. It was 200 pages. I thought it was 210, but like the last 10 pages are the excerpt for another book that's next. Like this is a very good palate cleanser, I'll say. And that's not like an insult by any means. I had a good time. Like I was gagged for a second. Vibes were there. I was picturing everything in my head. Like it was beautiful. This would be a cute movie. Let me know if there's like any movies like this that you guys can think of. Brother's best friend, one bed trope. I love one bed. Because it's just like, okay girl, this is a couples retreat. Did y'all really think y'all weren't gonna have the same bed? Next, we're going to be reading Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. I am really excited to read this book. This is the one where it's a destination wedding in Mexico, and her sister, the main character, her sister is getting married, and she's marrying the main girl's ex, and she wants the best man, the groom's best man. I don't know if there's going to be like any like beef or drama, because it seems like from the synopsis that she doesn't even want the ex back. So I just want to know if like it caused like a rift in her relationship with her sister. Like how do you even be around your ex? Like this is someone I think she was with for like, I think I heard in a review that they were together for like a year maybe, or like a little less than a year, which is like a very significant amount of time. Like anything more than like 2 months, I'm just like, you're off limits to family and friends. Like that shouldn't even be something that someone would have to say. I'm really excited. I love this cover. This is beautiful. She looks so good. I'm here for it. I want one of them hand fans. Like the Beyonce Renaissance tour has really made me want to get a fan. Like that's my fan. That's not me doing a gang sign, by the way. Okay, goodbye. I'm on page 38, and we just had our first sex scene between the love interest. If I thought that the last book was like 3.5 stars, this sex scene gave that like 2 stars. Or like peppers. I know people do like peppers for spice level. It was good. I mean, it was very good. I definitely, okay, I don't mean to pit 2 bad bitches against each other, you know what I mean? But I really enjoy Natasha Bishop's writing a lot more. Like, I feel like I'm there, you know? And in the other book, I just felt like I was just like, which voyeurism is cool too, but I felt like I was just like on the outside of everything. Like this one, I felt like I was in the moment. That's what I like in a scene. Like I don't need it to be just like some quick dump and pump, you know what I mean? Like I'm so sorry, that sounds so crude. I like passion. Like I'm a romantic. I need it to be slow and detailed, and you know, like foreplay, and like we need the tension, we need everything. 38 pages in. It stops at like 218 pages. I'm at that point where I'm like really excited to read, so like I don't want to read anymore because I just don't want it to end. This is good. I love the writing. I like how the people talk. You can tell this is written by a Black author. Yeah, I love this. I would recommend this, and I'm not even done with the book, but I would definitely recommend this to anybody that wants to read like a good spicy romance. I didn't even tell y'all, the two love interest is Janelle and Rome. Rome is like best friends with the guy or whatever, and he's always been attracted to Janelle. Even when they were together for a year, he's always been attracted. So he's like kind of like avoided them. Like when they have game nights, he doesn't go. And every time he knows that she's coming over to Arnold is the guy's name, by the way, which should have been an indicator. Sorry if there's any Arnolds watching, but hey, it is what it is. Every time Janelle was coming to Arnold's crib, he would just leave early, like he wouldn't stay. So they never really interacted with each other. Like only one night they really interacted. He was just like, she messed with like my soul. So like he's been, you know, he even got a new job like 600 miles away so that he didn't have to see them. He blocked his best friend's Instagram post so he wouldn't see them together. You mean to tell me you got a job in a whole different city? I don't know if it's a different state, but a whole different city because you can't stand to see me with someone else? Wow. Just like the feeling of like feeling like I need to finish something, like I have to read, it doesn't sit well with me. Like I don't know about this challenge, y'all, and I know there's gonna be drama. I know there's tea, there's beef, there's something. I just know, because right now, okay, let's talk about it. So the main girl, the sister, well, not the main girl, Janelle, and she has her older sister, Anne-Marie, also known as Ree, is getting married to her ex Arnold, as we talked about, and she's like this bridezilla like bitch. Like every time Janelle's trying to have a good time and relax in Mexico, she's just like, oh, did you remember this? Did you remember this? And it's like there's tension there. And I want to know what's going on. So it's like, okay, girl, you got the man. Like, what's up? And I don't know if they had issues before this. That's not clear. But I'm just really irritated. You're the older sister. Like, what's going on? Like, you need to approach the problem. I know they're both grown. I think Janelle's 30. So I'm just like, and I try not to be like, oh, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50. You need to be acting this age. Like, obviously, no. But like at some point, you need to take responsibility and be a grown up and like own up to how you feel and your own shit. Sisters at least should be honest with each other and say if they have an issue, especially when they have a relationship where she's the maid of honor to her sister's wedding. I don't know. I really like this. I'm having a ball. What I've learned is that it's been a long time coming since they needed to fight. Like, I think that they're gonna come to blows in this book, her and her sister, because Janelle's always putting her own feelings aside and like doing whatever Anne-Marie wants. Something happened. I don't like bridezillas. So there's that. And something happened where I guess their aunt is battling breast cancer, so that she wanted to put a pink ribbon in her bouquet to honor her. The thing is, she doesn't even fuck with her aunt. Janelle is the one that actually has a good close relationship with her. The other girl, she just visited her out of obligation, like just to say like, oh, I visited her. So she says that, and the girl's like, you never said you wanted a ribbon. And she was like, I'm pretty sure I did. So then the next day they're going out into the town, and then her it's a friend group. Their mutual friend was like, oh, I talked to someone that works at the resort. He said that we can go into town and get this ribbon or whatever, you know, since she's got us working so hard. And then Anne-Marie had the nerve to say, she said, yeah, thanks. Maybe I should have made you my maid of honor. And not in a ha-ha way. It was weird. Like, why would you say that about your sister? Like, in front of your sister, and like, why would you even have that kind of thought? Because she didn't get the pink ribbon that you never asked for? I don't know what her issue is with her little sister. They're 2 years apart, so like little is a stretch. I don't know if she's like jealous. She's got like an older sister situation where she's just like, oh, you get everything you want, and like now I got the man, and that didn't fulfill her because she doesn't want the man. I don't know, but she needs her ass beat. If you enjoy spice, Natasha Bishop writes sex so well. It was beautiful. These are sex scenes I haven't read before. Like some things are just like recycled, and like obviously there's like plenty of ways to have sex, you know, however you want to have sex, whatever. But like some things that I read, the things that I've read have not like been completely out of the box for me. And sensory deprivation, yeah, That's sexy, I fear. That's real nice. He's like so sure that this is not gonna end, and she's like, oh my gosh, the last day. Like obviously they're not gonna be done after a week. Like they have been like routinely, like they almost want to fall in love with each other. This is gorgeous. I love the way this is written. I'm really enjoying myself. I wish this was 100 more pages. I'm not even gonna cap. I think we're about to get to part 2. We have another chapter before the storm comes, and I'm excited. I think the girlies are gonna shake the table. I think me thinks they're gonna fight. So something about the sister. Oh, but like now she's really digging. Like she's talking about her love life, her career, her body, her clothes. It's just like, girl, your sister. I have finished Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. I gave this 5 stars, and I was doing my little like rating system where I do like content, plot development, characters, readability and writability. I mean readability and writing style. And really the only thing that didn't get 5 stars was the characters. So I really didn't like her sister. Her sister is like, I don't know if this is gonna be a series or what, but I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with her family. Her dad's the GOAT though, but I'm not impressed. Her mom stuck in her ways, gaslighting queen, hate her. Which that's strong to say about somebody's mama. So I despise her mother. I feel like Janelle deserved better, for sure. Her and Rome, oh my goodness, I love them together. Y'all don't understand. I was rooting for them the whole time. There was never a moment where I was just like, why would they be f***ing with each other? I'll have it linked down below, but at the website natashabishopwrites.com, there's a bonus chapter for all of the books, but specifically Only for the Week. I skimmed it a little bit. I'm just someone that's like, doesn't really care that much for epilogues. Like there already was an epilogue in here. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. This switches like every other chapter. It switches to Rome, then Janelle, Rome, then Janelle. I was shook though by the events occurring in this book. Also, I know some of y'all like really like how floppy a paperback book is. This is pretty floppy. I don't know how you judge something like that. Like, I don't know. I had no problems. I don't crack my spines, and if that's like a problem for you, this book is like, you know, like it's pretty malleable. Like you don't need to be like, you know what I mean? I personally don't like for my books to look like they've been read. Oh, maybe I should do like a book pet peeves video for y'all. I don't really have so many pet peeves, but I can find things to complain about for sure. I'm gonna be reading The 7-Year Slip next. I'm very excited. I haven't heard like any reviews really. I know it's been popular. I know people are like interested in the book. I love Ashley Poston's writing style. I love The Dead Romantics. I did not expect to like that book. I thought it was gonna be a 3-star book. It's 5. So I'm really excited. This one is a little bit longer than the other ones. Comes up to 328 pages. So see y'all around. Also, if I don't finish, I'm saying see y'all around, like I'm not gonna keep talking to y'all. I love holding something in my hand. I love doing something with my hand, which is like pause, but you know what I mean. Don't be weird about it. I don't want it to like only be romance, but like that's like my genre. I don't know. I do have some fantasy books that like, I think they're romantic-y. I saw the book haul. If y'all didn't see the book haul, there's a book haul where most of the physical books that I own are in that haul. Yeah, what I was saying was most of my books are that are fantasy. They are like, all of them I think are in a series, and like I really don't feel like doing that right now. Maybe next week. Not right now. Not right now. Oh, this one was pretty good too. Y'all with that or what? Hold on. Hey y'all, it's the next day, and I didn't read anything else after I had stopped talking to y'all, because honestly I don't like starting books like late at night, because usually I can read like maybe 20 pages and then I'm just not interested, and I don't like falling asleep to a book. I want to give it like my attention. I don't want to be like drowsily, you know, whatever. I'm on like 10%, and this is usually whenever my intrigue comes in. We just met, I don't know how to say this name. It's IWAN. I've seen it before, but with an E. Is it Ewan? Ewan. But she came in and she went to sleep on the couch, and then like someone was shaking her shoulder, and like she was just like, oh, 5 more minutes. But like her aunt passed away, so she lives in the her aunt's apartment now. Like she's still like kind of moving in, but like, first of all, your aunt doesn't live there. You live alone, and it's like, I don't know what time she said it was in the morning, or like if it was 5 in the morning, something weird like that. And the guy's like, hey friend, wake up, on the shoulder. Turns out, I guess his mom is friends with her aunt, and her aunt let her aunt's name is Annalie. She's subletting the apartment to him for the summer. He's got a key and everything. He was like, oh yeah, I was in the room. I've been here. I came through the front door, but I've been in the room. I thought I would have a visitor because she said so. And like, honestly, Annalie is like so fun. Like I wish she wasn't dead. I wish she wasn't dead. Obviously, like this wouldn't be happening if she was alive. I love her. She's so badass. Like her favorite mug is this mug that says "fuck the patriarchy." She's like described as someone who celebrities ask how her life is. Waitresses, when they go to like nice restaurants, ask her like what's her favorite wine and like what does she pair with her favorite wines and stuff like that. Like she's very like a loud presence. They always go on vacations with each other. They've gone to like 30 or 40 countries together. She's really close with her aunt. I don't know, I just wish we got more glimpses of Annalie alive because she just seems like really interesting. Also, I did check on my Goodreads to see if I did give this a 5 because I'm pretty sure I told y'all I gave it a 5. I mean, not this, but the Dead Romantics, I gave it a 4. I can't remember why. I either read that like in the very beginning of this year, like in January, because yeah, I bought that book and I let someone borrow it. Yeah, because I was like, I definitely read that physically. I bought that book at Target and I let someone borrow it, and like I'm still kind of cool with the person, but like I'm not gonna be like, hey, where'd my book at? Like we don't talk like that. So like I don't know if I'll ever get that book back. I love that book. And it was so cute. Ashley Colston has really good covers. She works for I want to say it's a publishing firm. It's very bookish. I love book worlds where everyone loves books. Yeah, the guy's in the apartment and he's like, well, I have a note here. Like, I have a note if you want to like hear from your aunt or whatever. Like, she wrote a note. And she was like, don't move. Don't you move. Like, she has a pillow in her hand. It has Jeff Goldblum on it, girl. She's got a pillow in her hand. She's like, don't you move. And she was like, show me the letter. And he was like, you just told me not to move. And she was like, fine. And then he was like, it's in my back pocket. You're gonna have to get it yourself. And she was like, I'm not gonna get anything. And I don't know why, but I busted out laughing. It's not even that funny. But I was like, girl, no, for real though. Like, a strange man is in your apartment. Like, you shouldn't be grabbing anything. He seems very mild. Like, very, very, you know, he's not crazy. So she grabs the note, and the note's like, hey, tell your mom I said hello. Like, New York is beautiful. It's very hot. Oh, she has these, like, okay, I ready to tell y'all. So her aunt is always, like, talking about the magic of the world. Like, there's, in their elevator going up to the apartment, there's, like, this split part of the mirror where, like, it distorts, like, how the person looks, like, in a funhouse way. And she's always said, like, that's like your, she said that's your past self looking back at you in the mirror. And she said some other things, like, there's, like, these 2 pigeons that stay outside her window. They're always together, and she calls them mother and father. And I forgot what she said about them. She called them a pair of pigeons that never died. Oh, but she mentioned them in the letter, too. She said, if mother and father come by the window, do not open it. They lie. And then she was like, if the elderly woman comes down the hall, like, you know, that's Mrs. Norris, take her back to G6. Like a G6, like a G6. This is so off topic, but I watched the Jarrell show and he does like Song Association, and Renee Rapp was just on his last episode and she sung that, but she thought it was Kesha. And like, I only knew it was Far East Movement because like I've recognized like that name. I don't know if that's a group. I don't know who those people are. I'm so sorry. And that's in my head, which is so funny that it said G6. I was like, wow. Wow. And that's the inside of my brain for a little bit. What were we talking about? Oh, and then she said, PPPS, if my niece comes by, please tell Clementine you'll be subletting for me this summer. Remind her about summers abroad. Because usually she and her aunt be going on vacation every summer. So she would never know that people are in their house. And like, she didn't live with them. I mean, she didn't live with her aunt. She had her own apartment before her aunt passed away. And then her aunt just like gave it to her. Like she owns it now. So I don't think she has to pay like rent or anything like that. I don't know how that works for an apartment, but she said she owns the apartment and she has like more money now, like more wiggle room to like pay for things. About 30% into the book and I wanted to give y'all some new developments. I did not have any clue about this book. Like, the summary that I gave y'all does not make any sense now because first of all, the guy wasn't even just in the kitchen. Like, she met him in the living room. He wants to be a chef eventually. Don't read this when you're hungry because the way he describes food is so passionate and you want to eat everything that he describes. But what I didn't know, and I hope this is not spoiling anybody, whenever they talk about like her aunt said there's like a time slip, literally I thought someone showed up in the house 7 years in the past, but like the whole apartment shifts to what it was 7 years ago. At the moment they're getting along. I don't know if there's gonna be like any, I hope there's not like a breakup situation. They're not together, but I know they're gonna get together. This is a romance book. Like, let's be for real. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to tell you about. That's why I got on the camera. Okay, her aunt had 2 rules of the apartment. She said, first, take your shoes off when you come in the apartment, and 2, don't fall in love. The point is, her aunt does not want her to fall in love with anybody that comes through the little I don't know what they even call this. Anyone that she meets in the apartment. She doesn't want her to fall in love because whenever they're in your presence 7 years later, you might not even know them. You might not even mesh well anymore. You might not be compatible. And 7 years is a good chunk of time. I'm really enjoying myself right now. This is a concept I haven't read before. Yeah. Okay, this is so random, but it will like tell me how old like my demographic is. Do y'all remember LimeWire? I was like, I don't know how old I was whenever the website was shut down. Like, I think it was like more like software though that was downloaded. I had a cousin, 2 cousins actually, that used to like burn CDs from LimeWire. And I thought it was like the coolest thing in the world. And they just mentioned it in here. I'm like, ah. But yeah. Put a lime emoji if you do remember LimeWire. We are a little bit more than 70% in the book. And we've just stumbled upon our sex scene. It's not super explicit, but I will say, if you don't already know, this is not a channel for children. Like, if that's not clear already by like what I've already talked about before. But every single one of these books has like the the person they've been loving on that said like good girl and like praise king. I don't have any other words. Like, if you know, you know. And like, I just love when people like talk through things. Very hot, very nice. I don't think this is going to be as explicit as Only for the Week. It's not suggestive. It's like literally things are explained. I think this one it's taken me 4 hours so far. Yeah, because I think I started at 18 hours when we started. 15, 16, 17. Child, I'm not gonna keep doing this. I keep saying that and then I do it. You guys see the time. You figure it out. Damn it. You figure it out. I finished the book and I gave it 4.5 stars. A lot of things were really done well, but I just didn't get the 5-star feeling. I don't know what could have made it a 5-star for me, honestly. Like, I've been really trying to sit here and think about it critically. Ooh, one of my favorite YouTubers posted. Okay, Capri'sbookisland, by the way, if you wanted to know. But for characters, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. For plot development, I gave it a 4. Because sometimes, okay, like, I think the plot moved fine, but like, it wasn't like perfect. I don't really know what that vision of perfect is, I don't think. These numbers sometimes are just like a feeling. They're not just like, you know, readability 5, writing style 4.5, because I really do enjoy Ashley Poston's writing style. Content 4. And that rounded, like, when I averaged it out, it was 4.5. It was interesting. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. I liked it pretty fine. So I do have a bunch of books in here that I've been wanting to read for a long time. Joya Goffney's book, My Week with Him. I thought about reading that for this video, but like, I don't know, maybe let's break out away from just like no, let's maybe read that. Yeah, I'll read Joya Goffney's book. And then after that, if I still have a book I can still read, I'm gonna read my Legendborn because I have blood marked on here. I don't have blood marked physically, but I have it on my Libby because I had a feeling I was gonna read it soon. I just got it yesterday. I do have some audiobooks and I didn't really want to do audiobooks because I don't know if that's like cheating. I don't know how that works. I know it's still like a form of reading, but I just don't know. Like, it's a little bit faster than how I read is how fast I do the speed. So like, I don't know if that's like, oh, this is how much I read in 24 hours. I don't know. So I'm not gonna do that. I do have plenty of other books I could read. So My Week with Him by Joya Goffney next, and then I'm going to read Legendborn, which Legendborn looks pretty big, so I think it's gonna take away the rest of my time. Oh, y'all didn't even tell me this bun looked like this. The next time you see me, I'll probably be reading on my iPad, but I'm gonna take a little breaky break. I'm hungry. It's like 3 o'clock. It's 2:30, and I ate a little bit earlier, and I just want to like relax and watch, you know, YouTube for a little bit. I've been reading non-stop, and we've already gotten through 3 books, so we lit, we up. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm a little delirious. Like, just staring at words on a page, it's doing something to my brain, which is crazy because like I didn't think I would feel this way taking breaks. Like, I haven't really been taking breaks. Like, every once in a while I'll get on like Twitter. Should I bring it around town? I don't think. Oh, it makes me look less bald. Hey y'all, this is the time. Some adjustments have happened since you last saw me. I hung out with my brother. We took some shots. And I'm very like drowsy and sleepy right now. Like, I really don't feel like reading. Like, I'm interested in reading, but like my eyes are tired. And I'm sorry if I'm talking crazy. Like, I don't know if this is gonna even make it to the video. I promise. I don't do this a lot. But if I do, that's my business. I'm grown. But I wanted to tell you about the book. I went into this blind. I don't know what's going on. I think the main girl is a singer and she's going to an audition in California. They live in like a small town in Texas. And she just wants a new life. Like, she just wants to, you know, live, laugh, love in a different place and like make it with her singing career. And I don't know if this is like a best friends to lover story or like, I don't know. But she has like this best friend that like I guess they're destined to be together. I don't know. He does all these things for her. He prioritizes her in his life. And he just got with this girl that he doesn't even really know, and there's all this drama about that. And the summary says, oh, it is a best friends to lovers. It's about a girl named Nikki, who plans to run away from small town Texas, but ultimately finds her oldest friend, Mal, just might be the one who's been there for her all along. Filled with heart and humor, this novel captures complex family drama. Y'all know I love that. 1 Week in Paradise was that the one? Child, no, it wasn't. It was only for the week. That was family drama down. Family drama, friendship, and love. For fans of I Want to Be Where You Are by Christina Forrest and Counting Down With You by Tashi Buin. I've never read either of those. Christina Forrest, I've read Neighbor Favorite, and I love. Nikki can't wait to leave Texas and follow her dreams of a music career. After a painful betrayal by her sister and a heated argument with her mother, Nikki is kicked out and finds herself homeless. She decides to go to California to pursue her singing career. When her best friend Malachi discovers her plan to flee Texas, he begs her to spend the remainder of spring break with him. He believes that over the course of a week, he can convince her to stay in Texas or to at least graduate high school. But their plans are interrupted when Nikki's little sister Vay goes missing. And in the first chapter I'm reading right now, Vay never has her phone. So something's going on. She's not answering her phone. That's scary. Girls going missing. Like, people going missing is just like something I'm terrified about. Nikki is forced to work alongside her difficult mother as they set off in search of Vay with Malachi's support. Will Nikki find a reason to stay in Texas, or will this spring break be the last time she sees them? Through her emotional journey, Nikki ultimately finds the love she's always been missing and discovers the power of her own voice. I wanted to read it because of Joy Goffney, but like, I want to be honest with y'all, I'm not like super excited to read this book. I think that's what I'm feeling right now. Like, it's not grabbing at me. Because I've already actually borrowed this book on Libby, and then I didn't make time to read it, so I like sent it back early. And like, I don't know. I'm not in the mood. The cover's cute though. Nothing crazy. That must be Malachi, and that's what's her name? Nikki? Yeah. I don't know if I had anything important to say, but I almost was just gonna read and not talk to you guys about it, but I wanted you guys to know like what I'm reading about, because I had no clue. I'm just vibing right now, to be honest. I kind of want to watch YouTube and eat something again. I'm in a snacky mood though. My dad barbecued yesterday, so I've just been eating barbecue for the last like every single meal. I've been eating barbecue because he made so much, and I kind of want something sweet. Oh, I want to take a nap. Okay, this was fun. Goodbye. Okay, y'all, so I'm like 20% now into the book, and this is YA. I don't know, I thought it was an adult book for some reason because I didn't really read the synopsis until I read it for y'all. And they are like maybe 17, 18 because they're like 2 months away from graduating from high school. And Malachi, her old best friend, they haven't talked to each other in like 2 weeks because he started dating this girl, and it seems like he loves her, but he ain't said it, and like she's obsessed with him, if that's not, you know. And literally she has like problems with her mom, and she lives with her mom and her sister, and I don't know what I'm saying. It's like my head is going, like my thoughts are going way faster than my mouth could ever do. Whose channel intro is that? Anyway, what was I talking about? I'm thinking out loud. Oh, so Malachi, he comes from money, and he's like, hey, instead of going to your audition, like spend a week with me, and if you want to leave at the end of the week, like I'll let you leave, but like spend a week with me. And that's why it's called A Week with Him. But I'm like, 17-year-olds spending a week? And then he comes from money, and his parents are somewhere out of town. They're out of the country. And they let him, on spring breaks, they let him do whatever he wants to do. They already know he has like a spring break bash or something like that. They get out of the house. They have cameras. They see everything. But they just let him do whatever they want to do. I'm not from a place where you can like cuss in front of adults. Like, I wasn't raised that way. But that's the kind of situation, you know? But he's just like up and goes just now. He's like, oh, we should go to Colorado. I know you want to go. Like, I got the reservations already. Like let's go. And she's like, reservations? That's a lot of money. Like, she does not like to be a burden, but like literally everything that she has is secondhand, and she's always having to depend on him because her car is like a piece of shit. So she's just like, oh, not another thing that he's buying, like, please. And he's just like, no, like, we're gonna spend a week, we're gonna get away from all these problems. And I don't want to spoil no tea, but like, this is literally like the first 20%. So if you don't want to hear literally anything about this, like, skip maybe 15 seconds, child, I don't know. But he literally broke up with his like little girlfriend. She was like, does your girlfriend know you're out here? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you following me out of this party? Blah, blah, blah. And the next day, everyone's like, yeah, he followed you outside, and then he came back inside and broke up with that girl. What? You can't tell me that's not an act of love. And then he bought this video game, this horror game, which that was in Only for the Week. There's so many themes. I don't do horror, but that was a thing in the book. Because one of them is like a video game designer. And he was like, oh, I've had this game, like, let's play. Because she came back to his house or whatever. She was trying to leave, girl. I ain't even gonna get into that. He's like, I had this game for a while, like, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh my God, you waited for, because they haven't talked for 2 weeks, which is like, for them, it's like every single day. So this is crazy. And she was like, wow, you waited for like weeks or something to play with me? And he was like, duh. And then in the sentence, it was like, Malachi Brown, I think his last name is Brown. Yeah, Malachi Brown, he doesn't play horror games without me. And I'm like, oh my goodness, these kids. These kids. I just want to see, I just want to see the shenanigans that they get up to. Dang, excuse me. Hey y'all, so I finished the book. Week with him? My week with him. On Goodreads, I had to rate it a 4, but it's really 3.5. 3.5 leaning on 4. Okay, so I finished the book. Ooh. Y'all don't even be saying nothing when things are looking a hot mess. I wanted to give it a 3, but then like my little rating system came out like 4, but like I really don't think this is a 4. Like 3.5 is cute. Like, it was cute for what it was. I will say, these kids were like 17, 18, and like they were acting really grown, and it kind of made me uncomfortable. It was just very like sexually charged, and like I don't want to hear about kids having sex. Like, I did read I'm pointing like I have the book. I don't have the book. Confessions of an Alleged Good Girl, and I did like that book, but sometimes I was just like, you tried. I guess she tried with her boyfriend like 40 times. You know when someone's like making you do something and you just like don't want to do it? Because I usually read so much, and like now I'm just like, reading, I don't know. And I'm not a competitive person. Like, I don't usually like challenges, so I don't know why I thought this was gonna be fun. I thought it was cute. If you like family drama, there was a lot of family drama. Best friends to lovers. Okay, so without spoiling it, I didn't like how the end was wrapped up. It was just like, oh, there you go. Like, it's like when somebody's like, just take it, you know? And I hate to be talking about Joya. Like, I really respect Joya. But I don't know about this one. I feel like this was rushed. Giving it a 4, this didn't sit right with my spirit. 3.5. Yeah. I liked pretty much all the characters except for her mom. It's hard. It's so hard. Like, you know, when you can like see someone's trauma and then like you're just like, oh, well, like I obviously know why they act that way, but it doesn't make it okay for them to hurt people. And she just didn't come from a foundation of love and care, and she didn't pass it on to her daughters. And it just caused like strain and tension and just like hostility and just like, abuse. If you're sensitive to like mother-daughter relationships that are like not so great, I wouldn't read this. I can't believe I've already read for 14 hours though. And I've read 4 books. Ooh, I might read 5. I'll definitely read 5. It won't take me 10 hours to read 1 book unless it's like huge. I don't know what that was. I think I'm going to read Legendborn next, and then Bloodmarked, because I do have it. I think this is the end of this little clip. I guess I'll see you guys in the morning. I've been on here for 9 minutes. What have I even said? Hey y'all. Can y'all see? So it is the 3rd day, and I really wanted to be done with this in 2 or 3 days, but I don't know. Why didn't y'all tell me this is like 500 pages? Like, I knew it was thick, but like I did not think it was this thick. And then look at how tiny the words are. It's giving Bible, I guess. I wanted to read, I don't know if it's gonna take me the whole 10 hours. I wanted to read Bloodmarked and get that on here for you guys. Because I wanted to get closure with the series with y'all. I wanted all my first impressions, because I don't know. By the time I do my wrap up, I don't know if I'll remember every single thing that I want to talk about. So this is following Bree Matthews, and I believe she's 16. Yeah. Her mom died in an accident. She decided that she doesn't want to stay at home with all her memories and all that. And I don't know if she has family members or what, because she's a minor. So I don't know, but she goes to like this high achieving type residential program for kids in high school. She notices like this weird thing on like her first night there. A demon is like feeding off of human energies, and there's like a mage, which is like I actually don't know in this world. I've never heard that term before. I guess in this world they're magic too, and they like try to clear people's memories or like distort memories or whatever to like create the narrative that they want people to understand. From what I see, she decides, okay, there's these people called the Legendborns that like basically hunt down the demons that are feeding on humans. Okay, so after she sees that, a mage tries to erase her memory, and they like fail. So then like that brings up all this stuff with her mom's own accident. She's like, maybe there's more than the police are saying. Like there's more to this than I'm aware of, and I need to get to the bottom of this. So she decides to infiltrate the Legendborn little, I don't know if it's a cult, but that. And she like partners up with this guy that like, he has his own beef, I guess, with the Legendborn, so he left by himself. They get closer, and I don't really know what his story is, but apparently this is very gut punching. I did not know. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be kind of a fun time, but also like her mom died, so how fun could it be? Oh, they find out that the Legendborns are like King Arthur's Knights of the Round Table, and I don't know what that importance is. That's the part where I was like, ooh, it might take me out of the story because I don't know King Arthur. I know very surface level, like I don't know really anything. But within this, she finds her own magic. I guess she taps into that and cultivates that. While she's infiltrating the group, they tell her that there's like a magical war happening, and she has to decide whether she wants to fight or not. And I guess whose side she's on, because I don't know if there's gonna be, I guess there's gonna be opposition if there's a war. I kind of want to see, is her mom really dead? Like I want to know the tea. Like I hope her mom's just like somewhere like hidden or something, like someone's kidnapping her. Like that's better than death. But this is literally 490 pages, 500 pages. It's a gorgeous book. Like I just love this. Also for the floppy bitches, this is the book. I haven't read it yet. I just like to put the bookmark on like the first page I have to read. Do y'all read prologues? I know they're important sometimes. I'm pretty sure I haven't skipped too many, but I try to read them. Yeah, look at that. I am on chapter 2 now, and we've been introduced to Alice, her best friend. They've been knowing each other since they were like 10. Pretty much all the books that I've read have been like in one way or another queer, except for only for the week. They're at this party, like this little like kind of bonfire tradition thing. Like people are jumping off this cliff if they're like first years or whatever. I don't know if I'm doing this justice at all, but they get separated at this party. And she meets this guy, Selwyn Kane, which I assume he's going to be important because I think when I was flipping through to see how many pages there was, there's an exclusive short story from Selwyn Kane's point of view. So I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna love him or Nick. Yeah, the Selwyn guy, he's got some kind of powers. I don't know if he has like mind manipulation, because he was like looking at her and like he did like a hand movement and like her body felt like she was like pushed back and like she had to turn around and like she wanted to leave. So like, what is that called? Not compulsion. I think he has some kind of like mind control. I like the way Tracy Deonn writes. I really enjoy everything. It's like detailed but not too detailed, and that's a lot coming from me because again, y'all know I'm someone that skims books, and it's like way too much detail. Like I get it. Like you can do like maybe 3 to 5 sentences about something. Like when it's excessive, it just bores me. It bores me to death. I think that she's supposed to be leaving, but this is the instance where, because I think it was the first night that she saw something. Yeah, her very first night. So she's about to see some shit and things about to go down. I'm so happy. This is good so far. I like the weight of this book. Like it's huge. I can't wait till I get to like the middle, because I like holding up a book that's like halfway. Because like the way this is, I'm just kind of like, I just don't like when it's so much weight on one side. Like even when I get to the end, I'm just like, oh no. Oh my god, I just realized this is raised print. Oh, I love, for reasons unbeknownst to me, the girl that was like the senior of the school or whatever that they were with, named Charlotte, she got away, and the police was like, okay, next time you're gonna get a ticket, something like that. But he puts them two in the car. Alice is an Asian American, and then Bree is black, and it's just like, why are they in the back of the car? But he's like, yeah, my kid couldn't get in, so like, how'd y'all swing it? Like, a black girl and an Asian girl can't be smart enough to get into a school that your raggedy ass son can get into. You have some fucking nerve. And then, like, they're just like, what does he mean? How do we swing it? Like, the cost? Like, how we got in? Like, what do you mean? So, Alice is like, oh, scholarship. And then he looks at Bree and is like, oh, like, what were you? Like, need-based? How dare you? And then she's like, merit. And he laughs and is like, sure. So I am basically 20% into the book. Nick was supposed to be like her like on-campus mentor, and he kind of got her out of this like dangerous situation with what is called a hellhound, and she needs answers. She's like, I've seen so much, I've seen enough. Like some things are not adding up. I need to get to the bottom of this for my mama's like death. Like, I need to know, I need answers. So she stumbles upon this place, and they're kind of like recruiting first years to become a part of like this legend-born society. And there's just like a lot. There's like, this is North Carolina, this is in the South. There's not Black people in this organization. This is like dating from like 1600s, 1700s. It's giving plantation owners and slave masters, child. So she just found out Merlins are like the magicians of the world. It's not just like one person like I assumed it was gonna be. She doesn't know what she got herself into. Nick is like, these are dangerous people. Like, don't underestimate them. Do not underestimate them. To be honest, if I were her, I probably wouldn't go through all this. Like, I'm not brave. I would not do any of this stuff. It's giving get out. Like, I don't know. I don't like this right now. I'm really anxious for her. I really don't know. But like, obviously she's gonna live because she's in the next book. I love those. Get you some AMR. ASMR. This is the remaining time of the challenge. It is the 4th day. I started this on Friday. Today's Monday. Let's see. Where am I? I definitely finished this last night. I did not do a good job of updating y'all. I honestly could not. I was so engrossed into this book. Like, it mesmerized me. It mesmered me. It mesmered me. Wait, isn't that like taking away your memory? Don't care. Don't talk about it. This was amazing. This was amazing. And like, literally, what I was so afraid of was like, oh, Arthurian legend. Like, I don't know that. Like, I was taught so much in here. It really dealt about like where you come from at the root of it all. Trauma, lineage, African-American history. Also, of course, I'm gonna be reading Bloodmark to end off this like video, because why would I not? Like, why would I move on to another book right now? Oh, I enjoyed the ending. I don't always like people's endings, and I don't try to dock points because of the endings, but sometimes I know that I do, because it's not the book's fault, you know what I mean? It's not the author's fault. It's no one's fault. But like, if an ending did not satisfy me, I'm kind of like, ugh. Like, you could have had the whole book going great, and then the ending, I'm just like, ooh. I won't say that the ending was predictable, but I predicted the ending. Not exactly in the way. Okay, so I knew, this is not gonna be like a spoiler, but like, I knew about the whole Arthur thing. I knew how that was gonna conclude, but I didn't know exactly the way it was gonna be executed. I didn't know the intricacies of Arthur. I'll say that. And then I also wrote, for some reason, I read this knowing that eventually they go to war, but I didn't expect people that we've gotten to know to die. I don't know, and this is not like a fun time book. Like, this is not like, okay, obviously some things that happen are like, oh, friends and love and romance and crushes and cute stuff, flirting. But like, a lot of it is like grief and racism and white supremacy, all kinds of things. I just did not expect the people that I started to care about to die. I will be reading Bloodmarked. I don't know if I'll be like constantly updating you guys like I did the rest of the video. I'm kind of ready for this video to be over. I'm kind of ready for the challenge to be done. I told you guys, like, I don't really like being told what to do. And I feel like I'm being like held at gunpoint right now, which is like so dramatic, and it's like not even that deep. I love to read. I'm enjoying all the books that I'm reading. So like, there's really no reason to feel like this, but I just don't like being told what to do. So I have a problem with authority. And the authority is that. Like, I have been trying to figure out this whole time why I know anything about King Arthur, because that's not something that's like taught in my school's curriculum, I don't think. Any medieval stories, I don't know. I was in a gifted and talented program when I was in elementary school, and I love my GT teacher. Her name is Mrs. Neely. She was the best. Oh my God, I loved her so much. Like, she was just so, like, she made education fun. She introduced me to this book, and it was literally called Circumference and the Round Table. It's by Cindy Neuschwander. But I literally just typed in King Arthur children books, because I was just like, I know something. There's something up here that I'm forgetting. It's like a geometry math book for kids. It's like a tiny little short story. It's like maybe 30 pages. King Arthur has this dilemma. He literally has a wife. Her name is Di, Lady Di of Diameter. And they have a little son named Radius. So one day, King Arthur's like, oh my God, my throat is sore. Like, I have to talk. I have to yell across this whole long rectangular table to talk to all the knights. Like, there's just so much going on. Lady Di is like, why don't you just change the table? So then they get this guy. His name is like Geo of Metry or something like that. Geometry, ho. Geometry. So they get this guy, and he's like, oh, we can do this, we can do this. And I don't remember every single detail after that, because like, I looked at the little 9 pages that Google let me do, and I don't remember the rest. But I know, like, they just keep changing the table. And so finally they get to like the round table, and like circumference of the round table. Like, as a kid, at the time I knew what circumference was. I knew radius, diameter. I knew those like math terms. But like, in this context, I'm like, wow. Look at something that I learned years ago coming back. And that's the fun part about like educators. Like, they leave so many imprints on people. I thought at one point I wanted to be a teacher because I know that a lot of people have rough home lives and rough backgrounds, and I want it to be like a safe place. I want it to be a place where people actually enjoy to read, because I want to be a reading teacher, like English or something like that. Yeah, because literacy is really important to me. Like resources, like the library, I'm really passionate about all of that. And like, it's so sad to me. This is so like not the point of this video, but like, it's so sad to me. Like the literacy levels have gone down. I don't know the percentage. I know it's something crazy. Like I think I've heard like 40 or 60%. The kids are not learning like they used to. We've been through a pandemic where they had to be online Zoom calls, and that was like a huge gap. It's crucial learning that should have been happening. People always talk about like, oh, high school graduation and stuff. When like what in my circles, I've only heard about like high school graduation really, like for school and college when it comes to the pandemic. But like literally elementary school kids and middle school kids and high school kids, like they all had this like 3-year, 2-year span of like weird chaos that like unless their parents, unless they get like a more like solid foundation, it's just not going to be like bridged together with the education that they're going to continue to get, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm not in the schools, child. I just know I have a best friend that has 2 younger siblings, and I've been helping them. Their first language is Spanish, and I've been trying to help them read, and like it's just something that like I'm not qualified for, so I just don't know what to do. This is really a lot of y'all business. Y'all in my business bad. What was I talking about? The circumference of the round table? I don't know, y'all. Keep these kids in y'all thoughts. These kids growing up, because they're memorizing words. They're memorizing sight words. They don't, phonics is not like at the base of a lot of learning anymore. And obviously I'm sure somewhere this is like the curriculums and stuff, they're actually on course and perfect. But from what I've seen, also I live in Oklahoma. Our education system is a joke. It's been a joke since I've been around. I know it's been a joke before I've been around. So there's that. It's just so sad because like when a place doesn't have money and like kids are deemed as having like super horrible behavioral issues, there's not like more tenderness and care going into that. There's not more funding. It's just the way funds are allocated are like literally a joke sometimes to me. I don't know. Like it's not funny, but sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. I don't know if this will be included in the video. I've been all over the place. Literacy is really important to me, and I'm so happy that she wasn't even a teacher of mine, but my gifted and talented instructor, I don't know what you would call her, introduced me to that book, because I was like, wow, I'm trying to figure out why I know anything about King Arthur. And like also I watched Once Upon a Time. I told y'all that I think in another clip, but I got to like season 4 or 5, and honestly he's not really in there. There's Lancelot. I don't know, there's like a brief section. This is kind of like when I started watching the show, and I know Lancelot slept with Arthur's wife. Yeah, that was Arthur, and he was evil in Once Upon a Time. I didn't f with him. I was just like, why are they bringing him into this? Like kind of when they brought Frozen into the show, I was just like, I guess. Can't believe I've already done 24 hours. That means I've read 5 books in this challenge. 5 books and a third. Because, well, do you guys consider the first 2 books novellas? I'm not gonna lie, I could have sworn I picked one that had like an alarm. I did not know. So I don't know how long that was going before I realized that was our 24 hours, done in 4 days. I don't know why I thought I could do that in 2 days. So that was a 24-hour readathon? Reading challenge? I forget what it's called. But I read for 24 hours. It wasn't straight, but it was 24 hours. We finished 5 books. These 4, including my week with him. I might put a picture here. And then I got through a third of Bloodmarked. So basically 5 books in 1/3. I did just want to come on and tell you guys that I finished Bloodmarked last night, like literally a little couple minutes after midnight. So like I was trying to read it that same day, but technically I read it the next day. Well, I finished it the next day. I gave that 4 stars. I don't know. It ended as if there's gonna be a 3rd book. All I need to know right now is if Tracy Deonn is well and if Tracy Deonn is writing. Because the gap between Legendborn and Bloodmarked, this could possibly be the gap for this next book. I don't know when people, what is it called? When people start mentioning books. I don't know if it's like a month out. I mean, not a month out, like 6 months out. I don't know. But I need it. I needed it. It ended off weird. Like, I just feel like there's a 3rd book. Like, there's no way. There's no way. Like, as soon as I thought I could be done, it wasn't done. I was surprised, and I can't even tell you guys everything because it's the second book. Like, if y'all all had read it, we maybe could have a discussion, but no discussion will be had here. I don't have any other thoughts about blood marks, but I really enjoyed this challenge. I definitely would like to do it again. I was hoping it would take me only 2 days, but like, that's not realistic. It's just funny to see how everyone does it differently, because some people literally do the whole 24 hours straight, and like, I'm someone that like, I cannot operate off of no sleep. All of that rambling to the side, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. I can't wait for y'all to see it. I believe it'll be up before my August wrap up, which it's already about to be September, y'all. Like, I can't. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope that you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Bye.